Welcome to the channel, guys. As you can see, we got our first snowfall this winter and the truck is still very dirty, extremely dirty. And yes, I did go play in this snow in a parking lot and just drifted around a little bit, which would be the first time that that truck has seen that, from me anyway. So that was kind of fun. Unfortunately, I didn't have the GoPro with me, so I couldn't video any of it and I didn't get any footage. So definitely next time and next snowfall, I will have to do that, because PA, we're guaranteed to get more than one snowfall. So I'll definitely have some footage of that. But as you can see, the Cobalt is still covered in some snow here. So obviously this hasn't moved. I brought it back from over there, pretty much where the truck is, to back over here. And this is where we are now. So basically, if you've watched the last video or any of the past couple videos where I've been talking about the larger component per se that I've been waiting to hear from, well, I did get some information on it and I found everything out, found out when it was coming, and it turns out it actually showed up this past week, and I have it now in the shed here for the time being. And you might think this isn't like, when I say large component, like I mean large component, like it's small but it's large, I guess is how you would say it. So basically, if I can get the light on here, what I ordered, and there's much more to come, but this is just the first thing that I ordered, and here we have it. And if you can't really tell what it is, because it's obviously wrapped in plastic, but this is an engine block, an LSJ engine block, which I believe it was, and started out as an LDK, stripped down. But this is a brand new engine block with brand new internals, crank, forged pistons and rods for the Cobalt. Obviously, I'm gonna go all new, gonna go all out with the build, and just because let's be honest, the car has, which I don't think I ever told you guys, the car actually has over 250, well, it's going on 250,000 miles. So for me to pull that motor out and build it, because I wouldn't take out the crank and all that, it was, it just makes more sense just to go brand new with everything. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is the block right here, and you can see the pistons they have in there. So like I said, it's still wrapped in the plastic. I didn't even open it, and I probably won't for a little while anyway. But there's still a little bit more I have to get for that. I think it needs an oil pan and stuff like that. But so that is the larger component that I was waiting for the car, and super stoked to finally have it. It took a little while, but the main reason that I didn't have it was, there's kind of actually a story behind it. The company, which is ZZP Performance, and they've been answering any of my questions that I have and doing a heck of a job, and they actually weren't really at fault, but the forged pistons and everything that I was getting are JE pistons, and I guess JE sent them the wrong pistons. They didn't even fit in the bore or the cylinders, so therefore they had to send them back, and they had to get new pistons, so it took a lot longer. So therefore, for me to even be I wasn't really notified on that happening until I sent an email asking where my block was, and I really wasn't in a hurry for it. I was just curious what happened to it. So that's basically what happened to it with that. But like I said, everything with this is gonna be like practically new, and I'm not saying like it's gonna have a brand new tranny and stuff like that, but as far as like motor wise and everything else like that, along those lines, it's pretty much gonna be new. Because it has different injectors and different stuff like that in and out. So I'm just gonna start over fresh and clean. And a lot of it is just because of how many miles it has on it. That's a big one, just because of their being so high mileage. There's just no sense in me pulling a motor that has that high miles and throwing in pistons and everything else when the crank and all that's still gonna have that high mileage on it. So I'm just gonna start over new, and that's actually a little bit heavier duty of a block. It's I believe a 3rd generation block, so it'll be a lot better, I think. So that's the plan right now. And what I have noticed too, and another reason that I want to start over completely brand new basically, is this car leaks a lot of oil underneath. Like if I would move it from where it's parked right now, you'd probably see a lot of oil underneath. And I mean, it's not like pouring out, but I mean, you let it sit for one spot a long period of time, you'll definitely see a lot of spots underneath it. So that's kind of another reason. But a lot of this stuff is going to be brand new. I mean, it's just going to be starting fresh, starting over. I'm honestly thinking I'm going to have a different blower in here as well. So a lot of modifications coming to this car, a lot of big changes. So I wanted to do, that's another reason I didn't say anything about what this was going to be and what the component or larger component or part for this car was. So obviously now you guys know that it's just the block so far. I don't have anything else. I don't have the head, the cams. I have none of that. It's just strictly the block. It's fully assembled with the crank, the pistons, the rods, all that stuff. But anything else it doesn't have. So I'm going to need to get a front cover and just stuff like that. But that's where I stand with it now. And I'll continue to be getting parts and everything and continue to start building the motor. And eventually, once maybe this snow melts and everything, which I think it's like 30 some or maybe 40 degrees today. So it has been melting off quite a bit, but I want to get the car put into a spot where I can work on it and then start doing a tear down on it and start tearing everything apart. Because what will happen because I'm going to get a different head and everything for this. What'll happen then is I have to send my old head from this motor back. Well, I guess I don't have to, but there's a core charger on it, kind of like a battery. And I think it's like $500. So I'll probably send them my head just because $500. I mean, why spend $500 to keep an old block that I probably won't use? So that's kind of where I'm at with that and everything. So yeah, all this stuff is going to be basically tore down, tore out. Motor will be coming out, all that stuff. It's going to be getting different headlights, probably a different front bumper because this one's all kind of cracked and was taped together and everything. And it's going to have some body work and all that stuff. So I'm really excited for this build. I've been anticipating this for a very long time, but yeah, this car is very sad right now. So either way, I've been anticipating getting this build started for a while now, and I want to get it on the road. I really do. I wish I could just have magical powers and just have everything done so I can get it on the road and drive it. Obviously not in shit like this, but I just really want to get it back on the road. I mean, when I was driving, it was kind of running crappy, but either way, when it's fully built and everything and ready to go, it's going to be an amazing car, and I can't wait for that. I can't wait to get it on the road, and quite frankly, I'll probably be driving the car more than I'll be driving the truck, which is kind of sad to an extent because I do love driving the truck, but the car's probably going to get better gas mileage. Well, I know it will. Maybe not, depending how I drive. But either way, I do love driving the truck, but I'm definitely going to like driving the car. And it goes both ways. The truck's obviously automatic and the car's obviously manual, so I do enjoy driving a manual. So that could be another reason. But definitely stay tuned for the car. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming, and definitely stay tuned for the truck because I have some more things that I want to do to that. And one of those things is definitely cleaning it off. I mean, this is really bad. It has gone a little bit off-road, which is very rare. I mean, this doesn't really happen that often. So for that to happen, it's kind of a shocker, but my driveway also too now is muddy, so there's just really no point in cleaning it. As much as I would love to clean it and have a clean truck, it just doesn't make sense to do it because it's just gonna get muddy again. So really no point in doing that. But definitely stay tuned for that, and definitely stay tuned for that because obviously now I have a block and now I can continue to move forward with getting other parts and start the tear down on the car and start moving forward with the build rather than just waiting and being repetitive in every video saying I'm waiting on a larger part and still waiting to hear something. Now I have it, and now I can continue to move forward. So if you guys have any questions or comments, be sure to let them below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. When you do subscribe, be sure to hit the bell so you get all the notifications and don't miss a video. And also check out some of the other videos. If you're tuning in for the first time, be sure to check out some of the past videos on the truck build, and some of the past on the car. There's not a whole lot of the car yet, but there definitely will be. So stay tuned for all that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.